Good morning and welcome back to Shine Your Light. Today we have joining us again is attorney Abbas Sadiq of Sadiq Law Group. So, Abbas, you've been on here before. Thank you so much for being back to the show.
Thank you for having me, Batul. It's wonderful to be here today.
So we've talked about immigration. We've talked about employment, right?
Yes.
Today we're going to talk about something that I know is at the top of my mind. Is it on the top of the mind of the viewers here that have their own businesses or are looking to start a new business? So as an entrepreneur, we understand our services, we understand our products. What we don't always understand is the legal aspects and the implications of how to really protect our business, right? And so that's where you come in. So I wanted to learn a little bit more, and I'm sure everyone does who's watching, what can we do as business owners to really protect our business?
Hey, that's a great question, Batul. And, I speak with business owners all over the DMV and many times all over the country.
Yeah.
And that's their greatest question because, we all spend so much time and we have a vision, we have a dream, and we start this business, this based on our idea, our concept, and it's like, how do I protect it? Abbas, what do I do if someone comes after me? So the first thing I start with is, how did you form your business? Is it a limited liability corporation, an LLC? Is it an S corp? Is it a nonprofit? What is your goal? What is your mission? And I try to dig in a little bit, and then based on the business owner or the entrepreneur's ideas, I say, okay, well, this is maybe the type of business we should form.
Sure, absolutely. And so for those of us who are excited, we want to expand, we need support in running the operations of our business, and we think, okay, now we need to hire someone, right? And so what I hear from a lot of business owners and myself is, well, what's the difference between a contractor and an employee, and does it really matter?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great question. And it's funny because I've had at least 3-4 calls in the last week where business owners say, Abbas, I got this nasty letter from the lawyer, or I got this paper from the court. Someone came and dropped this off and asked me to sign it. And, in Maryland, especially where we are, it's very common to get sued for misclassifying an employee. And as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we just want to say, oh, this person's a 1099, this person's a contractor, and avoid, going through the extra steps of classifying that person as an employee. But what happens is it can frequently lead to a misclassification, and that can cause what's called wage theft. And in the state where we are, wage theft is a big deal. It can be very costly to the employer, the business owner, and it can be a very lengthy process. So we want to look at, who is controlling the equipment, who is dictating the hours, where is the contractor, the employee going into work? Are they using their own laptop? Are they using their own tools? Is the employer telling them, look, we need you to be at this place at this time? Those are all types of things we need to look at. Unfortunately, it's not a black and white type test. There are many things we need to look at. And it's important to do our due diligence ahead of time, because if we don't, it can be a very costly
and
mistake.
So having that legal guidance in advance so we can classify employees and contractors correctly to just reduce a big headache, right? And so once we do that, we figure out, okay, this is a contractor, this is an employee. What about service agreements?
Yeah, that's another one. A lot of business owners will have customers or clients. They'll send them a service agreement or a retainer agreement or some type of agreement between their customer, their client, their vendor, etc. And they want to know, look, is my dream, is my business protected by this agreement? And it's a great question. A lot of times the business owner doesn't know about things like, what is the forum selection clause? What is the governing law clause? Whose rights are limited and whose aren't? Do we have a clause for mediation in it? Do we have a clause for arbitration in it? Who pays for attorney's fees? Does anyone pay for attorney's fees? So these are things when, if you go in ChatGPT or whatnot, you might not recognize
Guilty.
that. But you need to talk to a real live attorney.
Yes.
So then we can kind of customize and go through, and based on my own experience as an employment business and immigration attorney, I can help you determine what is the best course for you. And the bottom line is, how do you protect your dream?
Right.
Do you want a lawyer, do you want a customer or a client to come after your dream and your personal assets, your house, your car, your bank accounts, etc.? Or do you want that protected to the best,
Of
way
course,
possible,
yeah,
right?
because you put so much time and energy into this. So thank you so much for enlightening us very briefly about business law and what we as business owners and entrepreneurs can do. How can we find you?
Oh, great. You can go to my website, www.sadiqlawgroup.com, or you can call me, 301-241-0110.
Thank you again for joining us, and thank you for joining Shine Your Light. Wishing you a wonderful day.